Alright, there we go. Welcome you guys, welcome. This is the first game in a series of games between TheViper and TheMax. I think everything, damn it, the score. There we go. Take two, welcome you guys. This is the first game in the series between TheViper and TheMax. They're gonna be playing Huns versus Japanese. Let's see how this goes. Alright, so Viper playing in the southwest as Huns. He's not gonna need to build houses, but he's gonna start with 100 less wood. He's gonna be able to go for cavalry archers for 10 and 15%, actually 10 and 20% cheaper, depends if it's in Castle Age or Imperial Age. He's also gonna get 50% accuracy with his trebuchets instead of 15, which is the norm for everyone else. And finally, stables are gonna work 20% faster for him. TheMax, on the other hand, who is playing in the north, playing as a Japanese, is gonna be getting 33% faster attacking infantry units starting from Feudal Age. He's gonna get faster working fishing ships. That's not going to be relevant here in Arabia. Besides that, he gets 50% cheaper drop-off buildings. Finally, for team bonus, Japanese get more line of sight on the galley line of units, which is not going to be relevant here in Arabia either. And these games are, I think they were played like 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks and a half ago. TheMax usually does not play a lot of 1v1s, so yeah, I cannot cast too many of those in a single sitting, of course, because there are just not too many. I was expecting fire. Yeah, we only had... Actually, wait a moment. No, we only had the fire versus... What, the fire? We only had fire versus Bra. Besides that, we had Dogao versus Scotty. But judging by Scotty's performance in the first live games that we saw today... In the first live game, sorry. It was not too good, so... kind of decided against that, and instead... These games are probably gonna be very good. Playing in Arabia, but sometimes Arabia kind of looks like Mongolia. Or ECL Mongolia, as they were saying during the streams, that ECL Mongolia has a little bit of more openness to it. So a little bit more similar to Arabia. Let me update the title of the stream as well. It's also kind of hard to find games now because all the pro players were out during the weekend, so we're not really seeing a lot of new games in the ladder. We're taking what we can. The map for the Viper, he's got the main goal and secondary goal forward. The third goal is very far away towards the southeast. And he's got one wool line over here, another wool line over here. So we have only 2 wool lines for the Viper. If he wants to go for the walls, it's going to be very expensive to go for full walls. So he's probably gonna draw some walls towards the TC. Main stone for him is on the back. And the Max's map, on the other hand, he's got the main goal back, although far away from the TC, secondary goal back. Third goal is a little bit forward, kind of far away from the TC though. Main and secondary stones are forward as well for him. But this is a very nice cliff that he can use for walling if he wanted to. I'm not really sure if I really want to see the colors like this though. What do you think? I think probably... I don't know, it feels to me like the Max fits a little bit better in blue because of being from Finland. And the Viper is kind of like the enemy, the killing machine. Loan coming up for the Viper, so it's going to be going up with 1 extra villager a little bit later, of course. And this is something you cannot get away with unless you're playing Japanese, going for such little amount of villagers up to Feudal Age and still go for Minotaurs. Usually you go up with 21 villagers, 22 population. But because of having the cheaper... Yeah, because of having the cheaper drop-off points, You can afford to go up with one less villager. Your eco is a little bit stronger. And he finally found the missing sheep as well, so he's gonna be in a good spot. The Viper, on the other hand, is going for the full walls. And yes, we were discussing, going for full walls over here is actually expensive, so he's going for local walls towards the TC. And the Viper being the Viper, this is going to work just as fine as full walls, because I don't think there is a way for the max to... Oh! I don't think there is a way for the max to... Let's see, let's see. Oh. Yeah, red player knows that there is no way around this. The Viper being the Viper, he's going to be paying constant attention to this spot, so I don't think there's going to be a way for the max to sneak in. He's going to have to go for a tower, or he's going to have to go for archer or something else to break through. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. Barracks coming up for him now. And yeah, we're going to see the stables coming up as well. And there we go, he's going forward with 2 villagers. Nice. Those militias, soon to be men at arms, are going to be deadly, so the Viper is probably not going to want to let them in. He's going for the stables now. And in green heaven as well, hello. And that's hers. I think I didn't say hi to you. Rocking out as well. I didn't say hi to you guys, sorry about that. But I read all the comments. Yeah, okay, we're gonna see a tower. I would like to see a tower here. I think it's probably a little bit too far away unless he gets fletching. But a tower here would be good, and he's going for that. Tower over there, that's gonna be nice. If he goes for a tower over here afterwards, he's gonna be denying all 2 wall lines for the Viper. Now take a look at the palisade go. The palisade wall is actually going down faster than it's going up, I think. So the Viper finally decides to go for further walling behind, as the Minotaurs are just too strong for a single villager to repair a palisade wall. Blue player at this point in time has no idea what's waiting him. What's waiting right here. And he's going to find out in just about any moment now. And what is Viper's reaction going to be? One bit! Thank you for the bit, man. Oh, there we go, the tower's up. What is the Viper going to do? The Viper's going to have to switch over to the right hand side, but the Max might just as well be towering this for all the Viper knows. Max is forcing a gate up here for the Viper. An age of gates, my friends. Blacksmith coming up for the Max, and he's gonna use to go for fletching. The Viper on the other hand is preparing a counterattack. He's going forward with the scouts, and the Max right now does not have any protection here. He doesn't. He's got a single spearman. He's going for another one. Oh, but a single spearman in any given place is not going to be enough. He's gonna need like 2 here. Oh man. The Max is trying to go around. Now the Viper arrives onto the Max's base. Oh, let's see. The Max is not... He's paying attention. He's paying attention, alright. And Dr. Mundo as well, hello. Henry Wild, hello. Wooblybot, hello, Kappa. Wooblybot is the best user there is. So generous. He's keeping track of all the people joining the raffle, and he's not going for the raffle himself, so props to Wooblybot for being always so efficient. But this is very nice. For the Max, Viper's losing 1 scout over there. He is with 3 weak scouts over here, so he's probably not going to be doing a whole lot of damage onto Max's eco. So this is not looking bad at all for the red player. I'm kind of wondering what the Max's plan is right now though. He's going to be taking wood. I would really have liked to see a tower coming up here. That would effectively put the Viper out of any options, at least inside his walls. Anyway, the Viper is still with the 4 forward scouts. He's going to be sending skirmishers forward. Skirmishers are going to be good against spearmen, not going to be good against men at arms. But we have archers out for the Max. We're actually garrisoned inside here. Wooblybot is the best, not trying to steal anyone's prize. Of course. Town Watch coming out for the Viper. A little bit overdue. But it's gonna be enough. At least, yeah. he's gonna be, yeah, he went for the outpost anyway. Now he's gonna be 100% sure that there are no towers coming up here. Or there, rather. And the walls from the max should be coming up. Resources are looking about the same for both players. Very nice eco balance. The max will float in a little bit of gold. But you can also, you can always use the market to balance your eco if you're floating gold. That palisade wall is going to go down though. Well, we do have army here. The max got enough army here. He could potentially even fight with villagers, to be honest. Alright, going forward. He's really trying to snipe the skirmishers. Sorry, the spearmen. With the skirmishers, which is a very solid decision. However, those Minotaurs, even with 4 scouts, those are Japanese Minotaurs. He is going to lose all the scouts here. Should be losing all the scouts. However, though, he's using the heal advantage, so this is not so bad anymore. But he's going to be left with 1 scout cavalry. Being able to clean up 3 Minotaurs with 4 scout cavalry is a huge deal if you're fighting against Japanese. That was a very nice play from the Viper to use the heal advantage. Also some support damage from the skirmishers as well, but even then he was left with a very low HP scout. That is just so... that is just how... What? That is just how good the Japanese infantry is. Sorry about that. At times I have kind of like a mental breakdown, and English is not the easiest language to speak. But anyway, stable coming up now for the max. He's gonna be able to click out to Castle Age, potentially after getting the market up to balance his eco a little bit, floating so many resources. And the Viper is gonna beat him to the punch though. 22 minutes Castle Age time is quite solid for this game in particular. And 22 minutes and 44 seconds, only 9 seconds later for the max, so quite solid for him as well. The Viper is gonna have to choose whether to go for, for knights or for cavalry archers. As we can see from 3 archery ranges up already, he's gonna be going for cavalry archers. Japanese also get fully upgraded CA, but they are not as cheap, of course. Huns get 10 and 20% cheaper cavalry archers in Castle and Imperial Age. Let's see. Yeah, these are just rated games. Oh, you enjoy the casting, that is very nice to hear. You've been banned from Mems chat for like 3 years. What did you do? Maybe you can do it here and get banned as well. JK, of course, JK. But yeah, I have been banned in Memstream in the past as well. Mods are very strict, which is good at times. We screw up. But yeah, I don't think we have a lot of banned people here on Bully. Are you Japanese? I am not. I am Argentinian. So about the exact opposite of Japanese. Opposite side of the world, opposite economy. The Viper kind of making the skirmishers dance a little bit. It's gonna be the 9, the gold. Now, what I'm wondering though is what is the plan here for the max, because he's got the 2 archery ranges, but he went for the stable. What does he want to do with that stable? Because he's not going to be going for knights as Japanese, even though they got bloodlines with the Warlord Kingdoms update. It's still not the best cavalry, especially not against Huns. Going for archers is going to be good, especially if you can get the crossbow upgrade or... Oh, he's actually expecting this. Let's see. He knows about the 3 archery ranges, so he's going for elite skirmishers instead of crossbows. Very nice decision. TC coming up as well, and the Viper with 3 CA out already. It's gonna be 6 right now. He's still going to go for the second TC, which is kind of unusual. You usually see players go all in when they go for more than 2 archery ranges as Huns. Well, let's see if he's gonna be getting away with it. The max is going for the second TC as well. Opposite economy would be Venezuela. You could say that, although I think probably that would be between Venezuela and Norway. I think Norway is the most expensive country in the world to live. But yeah, let's better not talk about world economics here. And let's focus in the games because I'm going to get depressed. Feels bad. Anyway, we have the elite skirmishers already in place. University is up already for the Max as well, and he's going to need ballistics 100% as he's going to be fighting mobile units. The Viper splitting his army, I really like that as well. Because of the way that the Max plays his TC on the outer side of the goal, he's going to be perfectly protected. I don't think the Viper is going to be able to do anything, and you notice here the pathing for the Max, that is game sense, and I always enjoy seeing these things. He did not know where the Viper was going to go, but he just, the intuition, you know, he's sending his army blindly to where he thinks the Viper is going to have his army, and the Viper appears out of nowhere and takes free damage with the cavalry archers. So now we're gonna see some mangonels added into the mix, which is the right choice. Oh, and the wool line is actually exposed here. Those skirmishers are gonna be taking care of this though. Probably the Viper is gonna notice, and he's gonna. Oh, the Max, the Viper. Oh, the Viper did not notice, and now he should be losing. Oh, take a look at that. This is perfect micro. He stays close to the mangonel. Oh, to make sure that this doesn't happen. But instead of trying to target the mangonel, he was taking the cavalry archers, because these are the units that can deal damage while the skirmishers are close to the mangonel, not the mangonel. Very, very good micro. Unfortunate that he still ended up taking some shots in the face over there, but at the very least he was able to clean this up because the Viper was paying attention over here, of course. And that's going to alleviate some of the pressure that the Viper was putting onto the Max's wool line. But I really like the little things. Those small decisions that these players take, that was perfect. And if it was me, I would have tried to get the mangonel down and then try to take care of the cavalry archers, but the Max is just on point, man. A nice micro over here as well. Even though this is not played over LAN, these players don't really have a lot of lag because of being in Western Europe, both of them. Let's see. Some Twitch chats are so tight that the slightest critic towards the streamer will get you permaban. Yeah, I guess you have channels and you have channels. I'm really sure that makes sense in English, but it's a very common saying in Spanish. There is channels and there is channels. It's like you have a lot of different styles, right? Well, the Max is going to switch into cavalry archers himself now. He added the third archer range. He's going for the monastery now. Monastery is going to be good against the knights, of course. He's going to be adding his own mangonels. And the army composition, I would say it's probably going to be better. It's probably going to be better for the Max. The issue is that he started so much later that he's going to struggle to mass the cavalry archers at this point. The Viper adding a couple of knights there was very nice. That's going to allow him to pick the mangonels, and that is exactly why the Max is going for monks, right? Alright, it sounds similar to a finish saying. Perfect. Oh, nice. Getting the mangonel over there. The Max is having the 30C. The villager counts about the same for both players. Viper with the 4 extra villagers. Got the 30C up himself. But the bulk of the action is happening over at the Max's base. Now keep in mind that the longer this extends, the cavalry archer fight extends, the better it's going to be for the Viper, just because of having extra... Because of getting cheaper cavalry archers, right? He's going to be saving extra resources. So with the same numbers, the Max is going to be falling behind. Now the Viper is taking control of this hill as well, which is going to make it extra hard for the Max to push him away. And hello Mark Ripto. Ripito. Oh my god, I really struggle with some of the names. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. Ilmis Su AOC as well. Hello. Ponzi Kukak. Hello as well. I don't really know if any of you guys knows the phonetic alphabet. You can point out how I should pronounce your names. And Red Shark Skins 99 as well. Hello. Is this a rerun from a match or is this really live? This is live casting of recorded the game. So as you can see underneath the score it says Rex, but the casting is live, so I can read your comments. It was fine. Okay, perfect. Let's see. The Max is gonna try to go around with the cavalry archers to do some damage onto the Viper's eco. The Viper is wildly unprotected here. On the left hand side of the Max's base, the Viper is going all in with his entire army, which means that he's not going to have anything to protect this with. And let's see, the Viper's not paying attention here. He's not realizing that. One villager going down, 2 villagers going down. Another one, that is so much. 9 villagers could potentially go down here for the Viper. Let's see how greedy the Max is at this point. Oh, some of the shots not landing, but this is still very bad. The Viper is in a position to lose so many villagers. That's 5 villagers running away from the scene. There's a lot of unprotected villagers over here, and that's one that's going to go down. This wall line is unprotected as well. The Viper is forced to move all the villagers away from the back of his base. And over here, he's not really applying a lot of pressure yet. Right hand side from the Max's base, we can see the Max going for 2 additional archery ranges, but he doesn't have a whole lot to protect us with either. He's got a single monk. Now, these archery ranges are going to get denied, and the Max on the other hand is taking advantage of the hill here. He should be able to clean up the Viper's army. But this is such a bad eco. This is so good for the Max. This is so good for the Max. Take a look. The Viper. 13 either villagers at one point. Probably over 20 at some point in time here as well. He started taking some stone now, but the resources are looking so good for the Max. He's probably going to be able to click out to Imperial Age very soon, and that's going to leave him at a huge advantage in terms of potential upgrades and army compositions. But let's see, handcard coming out for the red player, heavy plow coming out for the Viper, so important eco upgrades. Yeah, the giveaway is at the end of the stream. We're going to be casting these games, which is a best of 3 if I'm not mistaken. And if we cannot find any live games, I think that's probably gonna be it, because there's not a lot of pro players playing right now. Everyone's just resting after going back from ECL, or at least like the top 15. But that was very good for the Max, who is on his way to Imperial Age as well. 5 archery ranges. Holy crap, it's going to be 7 archery ranges, full cavalry archer production. He's got some catching up to do, man. If he manages to get enough cavalry archers to upgrade those to heavy cavalry archers, get Parthian tactics, it's gonna be very rough for the Viper. On the other hand, he is placed in a forward castle though, the blue player. The Max does not have a castle right now, which means that he's not going to be able to go for trebuchets. But I really like his decision. I really like his defense as well. We have 3 Yasama towers here. Actually, they are not Yasama. He doesn't have a castle, but we have 4 guard towers from the Japanese. A Yasama with arrow slits would be fantastic. Viper is going to be abusing all the stone. No wonder the Max doesn't have a castle. All his stone was forward. Oh, this is just unfortunate. Well, the Viper split in his army as well, so he's going to be getting these. He should be, at least. The archer range is getting denied here. The 2-4 villagers from the Max got picked up. They played 3 games. 3 games. I'm not really sure if we should call it the best of 3, because I don't know if it's a 3-0 final score, or 2-1, or 1-1, and then a drop in the 3rd game. It's all a mystery. So I do get recorded games, but I try not to spoil myself so that the casting is honest. But anyway, take a look at this. Chemistry coming up, Bracer coming up. We have 24 units here against 17 from the Viper. The Viper does have a heal advantage though. But with these upgrades, then yeah, the Max is gonna be at a huge lead. And the Max splitting his army and sending the elite skirmishers around. Oh, he's gonna be getting so many cavalry archers here. He's gonna try to get the gate here. He's not gonna be fast enough, but the quick wall was spot on for the Max. And yeah, the Viper should be losing everything here. The Viper is gonna be losing all his numbers here. He's gonna be left with only cavalry archers and Tarkans. Tarkans is a very good unit choice, but the Max could easily complement his army with halberdier. So yeah, back in Feudal Age, when the Viper clicked up to Castle Age, I was wondering whether he was gonna go for cavalry archers or knights. The reason for that is because against Japanese, going for cavalry is very, very risky, because if you don't pay attention for just a fraction of a second, a pikeman from a Japanese can do so much damage. And that's also the case with halberdier. So Tarkans are fantastic against ranged units because of getting super high pierce armor. But remember that the Viper is still stuck in Castle Age, so he's not going to be able to go for elite Tarkans. And he's not going to be able to go for plate Bardin armor, which means that his Tarkans are going to top up at 5 pierce armor. And these units already have 10 damage, so Tarkans would usually take 1 to 2 damage per hit when fully upgraded. These cavalry archers are going to be dealing 5 per shot, 5 damage per shot. So the Viper's in a very rough spot, very, very rough spot. The games are not live, these are recorded games, but the casting is live. So I can read your commentaries. I can read your comments, sorry. So yeah. That's heard hard to you too. H-Tam as well, hello. I hope I am not missing anyone. The Skinny Sheep as well, hello. And this is the fight, The Viper. He's got Tarkas here, but we have the numbers for the Max, the cavalry archer numbers, and we have skirmishers up here for him as well. He's got the hill. And you can take a look at the hill advantage, just how good it is, but the Max is gonna bail. I don't think this is the right choice. I think he... Oh no, that's a lot of Tarkans actually. Yeah, it is fine for him to bail here. He should be able to break through the gate here, and yeah, that's what he's gonna do. So the Viper, with a very nice Age of Gates move over there, still not going to be able to clean this up. And the Max is still going to be left with 38 military units. A lot of those are back at home, so he's adding the pikemen to counter the Tarkans, of course. And yeah, the issue here for the Max is that he cannot get a castle up. Or getting a castle up would be so expensive for him. So he needs to rely on raiding his superior units. But the Viper is doing a very good job defending. He's going to be getting another castle out. That's going to be the 4th one as well. If the Viper goes up to Imperial Age at any point during this game, it's probably going to be game over. In favor of the blue player, of course, but he's too far away right now. And the Max is going for keep. He's going for forging, so he's upgrading the pikemen and the towers. I'm really sure if he went for arrow slits. Actually, let me take a quick look at this tech tree. Because Yasama, he does not have access to Yasama, which makes the towers shoot 2 extra arrows. But he does have access to arrow slits now that he is in Imperial Age, which provides +3 attack for keeps as well. So I think this is still a very nice position for the Max, but I think the Viper is making this a little bit too messy. I think the Max needs to get the control back. He needs to clean up the Viper's units, and he's doing that. He's chasing here the Tarkans with the halberdier. Now the Viper is going to get cleaned up. Yeah, the Viper's not paying attention over here, so he's going to be losing the units. We're going to leave them selected here just in case. But yeah, he lost everything. He's doing a very good job raiding though, splitting his army. But he's still 15 villagers behind. He's going up to Imperial Age finally. And if the Max doesn't do something here to push the castles, if he doesn't do something here to take advantage of his Imperial Age army right now, Viper's army in Imperial Age is going to be a lot better as he gets the Elite Tarkan upgrade, as he gets the Heavy Cavalry Archer upgrade as well. Japanese mini castles, yeah. With Yasama would be fantastic. Imagine Japanese keep with Yasama, shooting 2 extra arrows, and with arrow slits, providing +3 damage. That's like having a little Chukonu protecting your base in the form of a tower. I really like the move here from the Max to go for the siege. He needs to protect the rams with the halberdier, and then he should be able to take down the castles. The issue though is that the Viper is going to be in Imperial Age soon, and I don't think the Max is going to have enough time to take the castles down. And while he does have a 2k score lead and he is taking 1 down, the Viper is still going to have 3 castles up. He's going to be able to go for trebuchets, Tarkans, elite skirmishers, potentially heavy cavalry archers. It depends on what he wants to go for, but I think skirmishers are going to serve the purpose of countering the halberdier. And he's going to start pushing, and I don't think the Max is going to have something to stop that. Population so much higher for the Max, but the Viper holding on very well. Imperial Age has been reached. Plate Bard in armor instantly queued up for the snack. It feels like the Max is kind of letting go here. He's loosening his grip into this match. He might be able to get 1 castle down, but once again the Viper still gonna have 3 up. But let's see. This is not gonna be over until it's over. Very convenient hill location for the castle as well. This was played, I think, the 15th of August, around those days, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that. Alright, the Viper managed to hold on over there. Castle's still up. The Max still trying to push, but man, we need more siege workshops here close to the castle. The cat rounds are taking way too long to get here. Ideally, we would need a castle and yeah, get some trebs, but of course, both stones from the Max were forward and under control of the Viper now with the castle. Not even Viper could win one. I'm gonna mark your words. I'm actually gonna screenshot that. Max can't push, man. Yeah. I mean, he's in a very good spot still. He still got the population lead, 60 extra population, but he doesn't have the units. That is the issue. And with the elite Tarkan, which the Viper is researching right now, these units from the Viper are gonna be so tough to kill. Plate Bard in armor provides these units with +4 pierce armor. So the cavalry archers from the Max, which he has 15 of right now, are not going to be useful, which is why the Max is switching entirely into halberdier. But the Viper is going to have skirmishers as well to counter the halberdier. I really like this push though with rams. Now we're talking. 6 rams going forward. He should be able to take this castle down and potentially start pushing the other ones. Halberdier should protect the rams from Tarkans, light cavalry and whatnot. Rams should be able to soak the damage from the skirmishers, so if the Max gets more barracks up here so that he doesn't have to wait until the reinforcements go forward, this could potentially be good. But now we have both players going for trebuchets as the Max has finally been able to get a castle up. Taking a look over here, the Max, actually the Viper is going to be the first one to lose a trebuchet that he didn't even manage to unpack. But this is tricky. The Viper's gonna need to micro the Halberdier down. And yeah, the Halberdier just need to patrol into the Tarkans. That castle is going to go down 100%, and let's take a look. We have Tarkans and Skirmishers versus Halberdier and Rams. Yeah, the castle is down, and now the Max needs to move on to the next one. Your princess is not here, says the Viper. You're gonna have to look in the next castle. That DC got denied as well for the Max, which is unfortunate. We kind of missed that a little bit. Very nice tower for the Viper. I kind of missed this one as well. But this is a very even game. Despite the score difference and despite the Max being pop capped, the Viper's not out of it yet. And not having siege ram is a huge blow for the Japanese in this particular matchup, as well as the Huns do get siege ram. DC is not going to go up. As a matter of fact, the Max is going to lose the stone, which sucks. Would be nice for him to delete that, not to lose the resource that he is so much lacking at this point. And the Viper is going for more stables. So he's already with the light cavalry upgrade. His food economy, as you can see, is quite solid, so we can see some raiding. But yeah, it shouldn't last a lot because the Japanese Halberdier. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. Elite Tarkan with 8 pierce armor. Denying the eco for 11 villagers here from the Max. And that's just how strong the Elite Tarkans are. The Max is in kind of an awkward spot where he needs to push, but at the same time he needs to defend, because he needs to have some Halberdier around here. He needs to have some Halberdier around here. As nice as the Japanese towers are, he did not get arrow slit. He did not get Yasama either, so those towers are not going to prevent the Tarkans from doing damage. So the Halberdier, the bulk of them are taking care of his eco here, the wood eco, which he needs for Halberdier and cavalry archer production. So I think this is still not over, and I think either player could potentially win this. But oh man! Huns is 20% cheaper cavalry archers. Yeah, the Viper is for sure not on the lead, but he's still not out of this. And he can 100% still win this, but so can the Max. I think the Max is in a better spot right now, but I think it's not guaranteed. Very convenient Halberdier positioning here for the Max. And he's paying attention, man. The Viper's gonna have to bail here. That is 9 cavalry units that are not gonna be doing anything. And that is a lot of Halberdier. The Trebuchet here. We'll like to see some capped ram going forward here, as well as we have the Skirmishers dealing a lot of damage to the Halberdier. And the Halberdier would be in a very good spot to protect the capped ram as well. This is a lot better though. Light cavalry onto Skirmishers. Huns are coming out for the Viper, and that is going to be a big deal. And Yasama coming out for the Max as well. He finished researching it. There we go, the keeps. Shooting 3 arrows with 8 plus 7. Did the Max get arrow slits now? He did, right? Yeah, he did. Oh my god, the Yasama towers. Yasama arrow slits. This is so good. And that is not something you see up every day. Take a look at this. Didn't so much damage even to Skirmishers. Yeah, the towers are very good. Very unfortunate though that it was short-lived. What is the relic count? The relic count right now, my friend, is 3 in favor of the Viper, 1 in favor of the Max. And I don't see a relic up in the map for grabs anymore. So it's going to be very soon either 4 for the Viper or 2 for the Max. Those towers are strong even against Tarkans. Yeah, yeah. That is 15 damage. Tarkans only 8 pierce armor. Well, they are taking the towers, so I'm not really sure if the Max researched murder holes yet. Yeah, he's going for more towers, more and more towers. That is how you defend. If you don't have the mobility with the Halberdier to defend against the... Yeah, to defend against the Tarkans, then towers are very good. Population still very close for both players. More villagers for the Viper, more army for the Max. Both players about pop capped. Resources are looking a little bit better for the Viper though, with a lot of food. Although if you take a look at the Max, he's queuing up 28 Hazard and 35 Halberdier. So total amount of resources, if you take into account the queued units, it's actually looking a lot better for the Max. Cherry shots from the Viper are an issue though, and unfortunately Japanese don't get bombard cannons. And yeah, a Kataparuto only makes your cherry shots shoot faster and pack and attack faster, but the 50% accuracy from the Huns makes it very hard to win a trade war against them, unless you are playing Britons and you get Warwolf. Now both players are trying to raid. The Max has been doing some damage here. The Viper went down under 120 villagers. Still quite high, 10 higher than the Max right now. But yeah, that castle is going to be going down for sure. And it's going to be a huge blow, as it's on a hill. It's very, very good for the Max, as it is right there. And the siege rounds from the Viper are going to be a huge inconvenience for the Max. Light cavalry against Hussars, Tarkans. The Viper is getting overwhelmed here a little bit. That's because a lot of his army is on the right hand side, as he is trying to push with the siege ram and the skirmishers. So the Max still on the lead, 30 extra population. When you're max pop, you go towers. Towers more than units. Yeah, greater than units. Of course. This is a very nice defensive layout for the Max. A little bit of a pause over there. Because of casting record the games, we don't have to endure through the pauses. But yeah, this is not looking bad at all for the Max, and I really like to see him play 1v1s, and I really like to see him play against the Viper. Because he can always give him a good run for his money, just like MBL can, or Leary can. The Max has become such a powerhouse, such a juggernaut, sorry, in the recent years. So while the Viper has better units here, better upgraded cavalry units, the Max is still... take a look at the micro! This is what we were lacking in the games between Fire and Bra. Max is paying attention, he's splitting his army, he's continuing to raid. He doesn't just send the cavalry forward and forget about it. Max going for champions as well. Very nice catch. Kind of a Nidal situation here. Castle managed to stay up. 3 trebuchets from the Max are gonna start pushing here. And he's going back now. He's gonna need to make use of the Halberdier. And what does the Viper have against Halberdier at this point in time? Not a whole lot. Max is going for the stone walls there. Pushing here. And the skirmishers, as stated by the Madophobia, they don't count the Halberdier as good as they counted the pikemen. So yeah, this is still not a very good position for the Viper. Barracks coming up now. Treadmill Crane coming up for the Max. Going for all the upgrades, why not? Viper debating the Halberdier, so we're gonna need to keep replenishing Halberdier. And the Max is doing that. The issue for him though is that he is not using all the barracks. There we go. Champion coming forward. Japanese champion, 33% faster attacking champions. And the gate, the gate! Oh no, just a split of a second too late. The Trebuchet was actually blocking the gate, so now the Max is gonna build it, but he's still going to lose all 3 Trebs, I think, or he's gonna be able to save 1. All the hosses from the Viper are going down, so yeah, the Max was able to save 1 Trebuchet. He's gonna be producing more though, instantly queuing up. 2 extra Trebuchets. Oh, and now the champion's dealing damage onto those skirmishers. Meanwhile, over at the Viper's base, we have Halberdier actually raiding, denying a lot of this eco. 18 villagers idle for the Viper, with an effective eco population of 100 to 105 from the Max, although the Max is getting some idle villagers as well. Relics. Relic count is... Oh! Jalinse or Jilinse, sorry, I'm not really sure how to pronounce that. Thank you so much for the host and welcome to all the viewers from our loving host right now. We are casting the Max versus the Viper. This is the best 3, or actually this is the 3-game series between the Max and the Viper. These are recorded games that were played about 2 to 3 weeks ago, but the commentary is live, so if you want to say hi in chat, get a shout out, hello to everyone. Relics 3 to 2 in favor of the Viper. Very nice sneaky stables coming up for the Max, unfortunately getting denied over here. The population for the Max is kind of stuck at 200, but he only has 100 villagers, so even though he does have 97 military units, I'm not really sure if he's going to be able to replenish that army very much after the queue runs out. He still has 15 light cavalry queued up, 35 halberdier and 28 champion, but he's gonna have a whole lot more after that. There's not a lot of gold left in the map anymore. And hello, my here BSA, BSE, sorry. Might be mispronouncing that. You know, one of the challenges of being a streamer is that when you have to say people's names, you have an audience from all over the world, so sometimes even if you have the same name in different parts of the world, they're gonna pronounce differently. Like Michael and Mihail. So I don't know, I'm just taking a shot. Max needs a lot of rams. I think that'd certainly not hurt. Because the game's kind of stalemate right now. We have a lot of army from the Viper here, kind of idle. We have a lot of army here idled as well. The raiding has kind of stopped right now, although as I say that, I noticed the champions attacking the skirmishers over here, the rams as well. And on the right hand side, the Max is gonna go for barracks? No, he's gonna go for stables. He's gonna try again, so take 2. Couldn't get the stables up first time around. Gonna try again. Very nice army composition against Huns. Over here though, the Viper is trying to go forward with skirmishers. I don't think he's gonna be able to do a whole lot with it. Well, let's see. Yeah, the Viper really trying to raid. He's been consistently at between 20 to 40 population behind the Max, but the Max has been struggling so much to push. He's still with only 1 ram. I mean, only 1 trebuchet, sorry. He's still struggling over here. I think the population is kind of the bottleneck here. Oh! Oh! The monastery went down for the Viper. That is huge! The 3 relics got on garrison. Now the Viper is effectively out of gold. He's not getting any gold. Does he have any gold miners even? Gold per minute, 90. Nope. Gold. 0 gold miners. He's stuck. He's stuck. He's not going to be able to go for Tarkans. He's not going to be able to go for Cavalry Archers. He's going to be stuck with Hussars, Skirmishers as well. And he's going for the Monk. He's trying to get the relics back up. The other monastery is here. So he should be able to get it. However, I don't think the Max should let him get the relics. He should stay here with his army. Just make sure that the Viper stays out of gold. Then he can keep going for champions. He can keep going for probably Rams or Cavalry Archers if needed to. But as it is, the game is incredibly messy. You can see both players kind of struggling to keep up with everything. Some idle units over here for the Max. And not really doing a whole lot with these units over here. The Viper's gonna be able to take the relics once again. How much gold left in the map? I think I screwed up something here. Because I don't really see the gold count over here. Anyway, if I just do... Where's the gold? Where's the gold? Yeah, I cannot check, but I think there's no gold left actually. Very nice army from the Viper. I mean from the Max, sorry. Skirmishers are going to be good against Halberdier, against Cavalry Archers as well. And the Ram, I mean the Chariot, unpacking now, gonna start taking the castle down. Now, the Viper doesn't have any stone, so he's not gonna be able to repair the castle. He doesn't have any gold, so he's not gonna be able to buy the stone. And he's got very little resources. If he tries to use the market to buy some stone, that's gonna hurt him a lot, so I think he's just gonna have to sacrifice this. The thing though is that he's got a lot of hussars here around the church. But no, they are going down, they are going down. And yeah, there we go, the Viper is kind of sacrificing his eco a little bit. He's gonna keep the castle up for a little bit longer, but the Max needs to reinforce his army on the right hand side. Meanwhile, in the middle, the Max is holding on against the Viper's push over here. Those siege trams, so expensive units, are going to go down as they were left unattended by the Viper. And once again, the Viper buying more stone, but he's spreading himself a little bit too thin, and his resources are on the verge of bankruptcy, man. He's not looking good anymore. He doesn't have enough resources to queue army and to buy stone. Let's say it that way. That trebuchet's still going to stay up. GG for the Viper. It's certainly looking like GG for the Viper, man, and this might be the 1-0 in favor of the Finnish player. That was a very long game though, 1 hour and 26 minutes, which is almost 1 hour of real world time. We've been up for 3 hours and a half almost. And this is just the first game of the series, so I am kind of scared as to what we're gonna see for the second and third one. Viper trying to do some raiding over here. He's going to get cleaned up by the light cavalry from the Max, so not too important. Once again, resources for the Viper looking very bad. Military units 47 to 87 from the Max right now. And man, oh man, cat rounds for the red player. A lot of infantry units. That castle is going to go down in the end. 77 stone left, and the Viper calls it GG, and that's going to be the first victory in the series in favor of the Max. So let's change the score, and there we go, 1-0 in favor of the Suomi player. Let's take a quick look at the achievements before jumping into the next game, shall we? Military stats, KD 8-7 in favor of the Max. Ecos actually largest army as well, 103 to 98. Food collection, stone collection, and gold collection higher for the Viper. The Max on the other hand getting more wood. Technology stats, fuel age faster for the Max as well as Imperial age. Faster castle age time for the Viper, but just for a slight bit. Only about 9 seconds. And yeah, there we go. 3 relics capture. He was able to get about 500 extra relic gold from that extra relic.